Hi, boys and girls. So I gave you some time, and I hope that you took the time to think about some of our questions. So now we're going to answer some of these together. What do the tightrope workers do as their most basic task? So think about it, tightrope walkers. What do you think walkers, tightrope walkers? What do you think that they have to do? So what is their task? Like teachers, we teach. Students, you learn. So what do tightrope walkers think you do? So if their names is something with walking, what do you think they do? Yes, they walk across ropes in the air. These are the people that you might see at circuses. If you've ever been to the circus, they walk across those ropes that are put high in the air. I couldn't even imagine trying to do that, and it takes a lot of courage, right? So I'm going to go ahead and just put that in red so we can know that is our answer, right? That is our answer. So then we're going to look at what skills do performers on high wire need to succeed? What do they need to succeed? So what do they need to succeed? So if you're walking on a high wire, high in the air, what is something that you might need, right? You might say courage or something, but they also need balance, right? And even says it here because they could fall into their death. They could fall into their death-defying leap into their death. So it's also important that they need balance to succeed, right? Balance to succeed. Okay, we're going to turn that red too because we have those answers there. And that is our answer. And then we're going to look at our last question where it says, right? Ferngully writes that a poet performs above the heads of its audience. What might that mean figuratively? So, what do you think that means to perform above the heads of someone? We're not really talking that poets as we read, like we just read that poem, that he's not literally above our head. So, what do you think that means? Yes, so it makes us think. It makes us, they have to tell the truth. Poets write truthfully to prompt. Prompt means to begin us, to encourage us to think. So yes, great job, boys and girls. So we took some time, we thought about it, we thought about those questions, and now we've answered it. And I still want you to answer independently how the poem looks. So that is it's. So I want to get your idea of what you think and how the poem and how does it look to you. Okay, so we're going to move on to our next portion of our lesson. So we've answered those awesome questions, and now we're going to look at 12.1. And you have three questions. Okay, so I want you to reread stanza 2, number 1, and it says, "How would you put the message of the first 4 lines of stanza into your own words?" So they want you to put them in your own words. So reread stanza 2 and make sure that you have your stanzas all written out. So you're going to read your stanza 2 and then you're going to write it in your own words. And then according to stanza 2, who waits for the poet? So who waits to the poet? Let's look because I'm going to have you to do number 1 independently. But for number 2, who waits for the poet? Who waits for the poet? So let's look at stanza 2.